I'm so glad to hear you say that, because I told Louise she could have the party over here.
Decades after its debut, All in the Family still stirs laughs and debate about America's living rooms and values. But even superfans missed some of the stranger stories and quirks playing out behind Norman Lear's celebrated sitcom. Here's a top 10 countdown of oddball facts you never saw coming. Number 1. The show faced constant censorship battles. Let's go back to 1971, when All in the Family first rattled TV screens and polite living rooms across America. CBS executives were in a constant tug-of-war with creator Norman Lear over what could make it to air. Words that had never echoed on network television before suddenly showed up in Archie Bunker's living room, courtesy of scripts that tackled racism, sexism, and political tension with head-on satire. CBS's censors flat-out refused some scenes and dialogues, only for Lear to push back, resubmitting lines, defending every uncomfortable truth. In its first season alone, the show prompted a record number of viewer complaints, and just as many applause letters. All in the Family didn't just tell jokes. It held up a mirror to the country, peppering prime time with words and conversations forbidden just a year earlier. Without Lear's stubborn vision and relentless battles, the series might have faded into safe, forgettable mediocrity. Instead, TV would never look or sound the same again. And behind the living room laughter, you could always sense the clash of ideas just off stage, shaping every episode and every risk yet to come. Number 2. Jean Stapleton refused to play Edith forever. Before her high-pitched awe arch became a household echo, Jean Stapleton carved out her own future. Playing Edith Bunker on All in the Family made her a TV legend from the show's debut in 1971. But by 1980, Stapleton felt Edith's journey was complete. She made the tough call to step away, asking for a redemptive ending that would honor Edith's heart. The result? A quietly devastating off-screen goodbye in the spin-off Archie Bunker's Place. Stapleton wasn't just wantful of new roles. She was determined not to become forever stamped as America's dingbat. Her choice shocked fans, but also set the standard for actors seeking more than just one chapter. In the living rooms across the country, viewers felt the full weight of Edith's loss, her spirit lingering through the famed armchair and that time-worn living room. Sometimes, saying goodbye honors what mattered most. Number 3. Archie Bunker almost had a different name. Picture Archie's living room with its faded orange chair and swirling cigarette smoke curling in the air. But imagine calling him Arch McNabb, not Archie Bunker at all. That was the original plan when Norman Lear first cooked up his vision for All in the Family, which debuted in 1971 on CBS. Early screen tests revealed something surprising. Audiences didn't connect with McNabb. They wanted someone who felt solid, closed off, and, well, stubborn. Bunker wasn't just a name. It was a metaphor. It captured the rough, unmoving exterior that echoed so many American dads of the era. Before long, those 6 letters were stitched into television history, summing up a certain kind of generational clash and comic tension. Archie Bunker's name became as iconic as his opinions, instantly recognizable and ripe for parody long after the final episode aired in 1979. Sometimes one simple change rewrites everything. Next up, we dig into another secret behind this trailblazing sitcom's legacy. Number 4. 3 different Glorias auditioned in the pilot. Creaky studio lights and a nervous hush set the scene for one of television's trickiest casting searches. Before Sally Struthers stole America's heart as Gloria Stivich on All in the Family, the role was something of a hot potato. 3 different actresses auditioned as Archie and Edith's outspoken daughter through various pilot versions, each one hoping for that elusive family spark. The producers understood how crucial the character would be, especially paired with Rob Reiner's Michael. They wanted someone who could bring sweetness and sass, but also match Reiner's fast-paced banter. Sally Struthers walked in and, within minutes, proved to the team that she had the comedic timing and chemistry they craved. The choice was suddenly obvious. When the show premiered on CBS in 1971, her Gloria quickly became a centerpiece, anchoring both laughs and heartfelt moments. Just think, the family you remember almost had a very different face at the dinner table. Sometimes it's all about finding the right energy in the room. On to more surprises from this classic household. Number 5. Sammy Davis Jr. improvises the classic kiss. In the glow of studio lights on a 1972 evening, something unforgettable happened on All in the Family. The episode was called Sammy's Visit, and it featured the legendary Sammy Davis Jr. The moment everyone remembers? Davis leans in and plants an unscripted kiss right on Archie Bunker's cheek as they pose for a snapshot. No cue cards, no warning. The cast, including Carol O'Connor and Gene Stapleton, cracked up. Nobody could hold back. That single spontaneous peck did more than steal laughs. It became a seismic, boundary-pushing gesture, beaming straight into living rooms across America at a time when conversations about race were tense and fragile. The move was sly, loving, and bold, Sammy's way of answering Archie's prejudices with warmth and wit. It wasn't just TV history. It was a nerve-tingling, culture-shifting moment that reminded everyone what live television could be: raw, surprising, and sometimes a step toward something bigger. The laughter lingered on the set as that famous photograph froze a brave new day in primetime. What could possibly top that next? Let's pause for a second. Did you ever catch that classic Sammy Davis Jr. episode live or on reruns? Which other unexpected TV guest moments still stick with you? Let us know your favorite unscripted scene. Number 6. The edgy toilet flush moment. The unmistakable rush of water, a toilet flushing on primetime television, stunned viewers in 1971. All in the Family shattered more than political taboos in its very first season. Edith and Archie Bunker's humble Queens home became the scene for a pop culture milestone, the first time a flushing toilet was ever heard on a U.S. sitcom. At a time when TV censors forbade even the faintest whisper of bathroom reality, producers demanded authenticity. They fought for a single sound, just a few seconds, arguing that actual households deserved actual details. It may seem ordinary now, but in the early 70s that gurgle echoed like a thunderclap. Audiences were divided, some appalled, others quietly delighted that Archie could bluster his way from the bathroom like dads everywhere. The moment was a ripple in the water that loosened more than just TV norms. Today those few seconds are easy to miss, but in 1971 they changed what felt possible for sitcoms forever. As the credits rolled, viewers found themselves talking about more than what was said. They remembered what they heard. Number 7. Archie's job changed without explanation. One day, Archie Bunker was slinging crates down at the loading dock, and before you knew it, he was behind the bar at his very own watering hole. In the early seasons of All in the Family, viewers got to know Archie as a blue-collar dock worker, a man as rooted in his routine as the old couch in his Queens living room. But by the time season 5 rolled around in 1974, Archie had tossed aside the work boots for bar towels, suddenly the proud owner of Archie Bunker's place. The shift was jarring. No explanation, just a new job and a new set of regulars. This change wasn't just random. Carol O'Connor, the actor who brought Archie to life, wanted fresh territory for his character. The move paved the way for the spin-off Archie Bunker's Place, which would have its own 8-season run starting in 1979. It was a new chapter, both for the Bunkers and for television, as sitcoms began to blur the lines between family life and the working world. You could almost smell the beer and hear the clinking glasses. Change was in the air, and Archie was ready to pour the next round. Number 8. The Bunker family changed locations mid-series. Not everyone caught it, but something felt off in the Bunker home midway through All in the Family. Starting with season 5 in 1974, eagle-eyed fans noticed that Archie and Edith's familiar living room looked slightly different. The front door shifted, furniture found new angles, and the kitchen entry felt wider. This wasn't poor memory or a trick of the camera. It was all thanks to a real-life overhaul. Behind the scenes, CBS expanded the studio space to upgrade the lighting and production capabilities. Producers seized the moment to rebuild the main set, tweaking dimensions and flow to suit new technical needs. As the old living room walls came down and fresh ones went up, Archie's comfy chair suddenly anchored a subtly new universe. For longtime viewers, the changes sparked debate. Was this really the same Queens row house? But the Bunker family kept right on bickering, reminding everyone that some things, at least, never change. Sometimes it's the invisible shifts that leave the deepest impressions. Number 9. The theme song was recorded live. You could almost see them at the piano, Archie and Edith shoulder to shoulder, belting out "Those Were the Days" in all its warbly, imperfect glory. Unlike the perfectly polished openings of other sitcoms, All in the Family's theme song was recorded live before every single episode. Carol O'Connor and Gene Stapleton didn't just lip-sync for the camera. They truly sang and played that upright piano, goofs, giggles, and all. Producer Norman Lear knew that the off-key honesty connected viewers to the bunker living room, making the story feel intimate and unrehearsed. It set the tone for what followed from the very first episode in 1971. Even the slightly uneven vocal notes became a badge of authenticity, a musical handshake with America. So every time those famous chords floated into your living room, you were sharing in a fresh, unpredictable performance. Proof that the magic of All in the Family started even before the opening joke. And with that song still ringing in your ears, you stepped right into Archie's world for another unforgettable half hour. Number 10. Archie's chair is in the Smithsonian. Look closely at Archie Bunker's living room, and you will spot one unassuming hero, the battered floral print armchair. That chair saw heated family arguments, political rants, and peals of laughter, straight from the Queens neighborhood of All in the Family. But after the final curtain, Archie's famous seat took an unexpected journey. The Smithsonian's National Museum of American History welcomed it as a permanent resident after the series wrapped in 1979. For curators and fans alike, this was no ordinary piece of furniture. With its faded cushion and well-worn armrests courtesy of Carol O'Connor, the armchair came to represent a slice of American life in the turbulent 1970s, a time when television truly held a mirror to the nation. Today, tucked behind gleaming glass, Archie's chair whispers stories of TV's golden age to new generations who pause and remember when primetime felt like home. Sometimes it's the quietest props that leave the loudest echoes as we turn to the next oddity in All in the Family's rich legacy.